Now back at the burger restaurant, Rose spoke and said, "Okay, guys, y'all burgers and fries are done." Then Princess turned towards the burgers and fries and spoke and said, "We're not eating here again. Can you please put them in a to-go bag?" Then Rose spoke and said, "Sure, just give me 5 minutes." Then I turned to Princess and I said, "Okay, Princess, what's the problem? Why are we not eating here again?" And Princess spoke and said, "Marcus, you know why we not eating here again? It seemed like every time I turned my back, you were trying to sneak and talk to one of your bald-head ex-girlfriends." Then the two twin sisters spoke and said, "You know we standing right here and we can hear you talking about us." Then Princess turned toward the two twin sisters and she spoke and said, "I know, and what y'all gonna do about it?" Then Rose spoke and said, "Okay, y'all bags are ready." Then Princess pointed the bag and said, "Marcus, get those bags and let's go." And I spoke and said, "For sure." Now back on the freeway, after the two sheriffs turned on their police lights, the sheriff speak on the loudspeaker comm and spoke and said, "Okay, sir, pull the car over to the side. This is the police." And once George pulled to the side, the two sheriffs jumped out of their vehicles and the sheriff spoke and said, "Okay, sir, get out of the car with your hands up." Then the other sheriff spoke and said, "Make sure you get that car real slowly because I'm watching you." Then George jumped out of the vehicle and spoke and said, "What's wrong, officers? What did I do?" Now back in the city limits, after God's Crux spoke and said, "We're going to make them come to us," he started charging up his powers. Then he charged up 2 fireballs and he shot it directly at a large van. And when it hit the van, it exploded.